Well, what ended up occurring was what Time magazine explained as an example of political theater, an exuberant example of political theater, which obviously begs the question, was a statement trying to be made? And it's very clear here that whether or not you can argue that point, the fact is it was sacrilegious from beginning to end. The fact of referring, there was a mockery of the sainthood of the Catholic Church by referring to someone here as a saint that obviously stood for lifestyle that goes contrary to the teaching of the Catholic Church. And then, as that clip just showed, interrupting the beautiful Ave Maria with Ave Cecilia and referring to her as the mother of all, very derogatory terms. So this is a very scandalous event that now the media is trying to say is again, softening of the church's position on its teachings of sexuality.
And the family of the person that passed away and through that funeral service says this. They have a statement, and we have it. It says, quote, this is from the family. "We brought precious life and radical joy to the cathedral in historic defiance of the church's hypocrisy and anti-trans hatred. Cecilia Gentili's funeral service, which filled the pews in ways the cathedral only can during Easter service and NYPD funerals, was a reflection of the love she had for her community and a testament to the impact of her tireless advocacy." Again, the family there painting a different picture. Specifically there, you may remember to funerals of those of NYPD funerals. You may remember this is one of the scenes here 2 years ago when 2 cops were ambushed. Any thoughts on that, Father? Again, that statement from the family and using the church in such a way and to compare it again even to Easter services.
Yeah, exactly. Another example of the targeting that is happening on the Catholic Christian religions, but as well as specifically the Catholic faith. If this event had been shown to do a mockery inside of a mosque, mocking obviously the worship, there would be a public outroar. But the Catholic faith being targeted once again is not drawing anything other than it's pointing to its being hateful. What they don't understand is this person wasn't Catholic. This person was an atheist. Our sacraments are offered to all who choose to become a follower of Christ through the teachings of the Catholic Church. That's not the case here. This was a political statement. This was an act of mockery of our faith. And again, the media is not pointing that out as they would probably almost any other example if it was another religion.
Yeah, that's a great point. We wanted to keep this conversation going. And Father, if you could stand by. Welcoming now Frank Pavone, a National Director of Priests for Life. Frank, welcome back to National Report. You know, we were just having this conversation, quite frankly, about how someone who wasn't even Catholic or a practicing Catholic was able to have a funeral at such a prestigious cathedral. I mean, you think about the iconic St. Patrick's Cathedral. Maybe people want to get married there, and you're unable to because there's such high demand for it. But Frank, you know, a lot of people also wondering, how did this happen to begin with? It sounded as though maybe the organizers had been deceived by what was told to them initially. Should folks who work in these places of worship be a little bit more apprehensive going forward, considering, you know, we're in the year 2024, people might not have the best of intentions?
Oh, absolutely, Emma. You hit the nail on the head. Church leaders have to be wise to the fact that this is a war. Some of them don't like to talk that way. They like to be nice, but this is a war. We can expect to see more of this. We can expect to see, you know, gay couples come and oh, give me a blessing, Father, because the Pope said you could do so. And, you know, some church leaders, you know, then they respond with these long theological answers. But like Dan Bongino says about political campaigns, they're about 2 things: snapshots and sound bites. So this group that came into St. Patrick's, they got exactly what they wanted. They got the soundbite, they got the snapshot, they did get little videos going all over. Hey, look at everybody cheering inside of St. Patrick's Cathedral. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about any other explanation. So we can expect to see more of this. Now, we also, Emma, have to take responsibility, because if we have treated the sacraments in an unworthy way, for example, by admitting public Catholics who are pro-abortion to receive communion and then trying to justify that over and over and over again, we can say what we want. But again, it's sound bites and snapshots, and the other side keeps getting what they want.